Hi guys, I'm here for another video. It's been a while since I made one, but I just wanted to share with you the start of my adventures. I just left Madison, Wisconsin on Tuesday, the 14th, and it's now Saturday, the 18th, so I've been gone for 4 days. Had some unexpected things occur. I didn't actually expect to be here. I'm in Cleveland right now, and this is the awesome skyline behind me. And I'm at the top of a rooftop hostel right now, where I'm staying. It's pretty nice. I've never been to a hostel before. It's pretty exciting. There's the nice view that I have. I was here last night, and I'm staying again tonight. But anyways, back to the beginning. Tuesday, I left Wisconsin. I drove through Chicago, past Gary, Indiana, and then kind of the highlight of the day was just getting into Michigan. I went to Warren Dunes State Park, which is a really awesome state park with giant sand dunes and right by the lake and Lake Michigan. It was really awesome. I'd been there a few times when I was real young, but it was a long time ago, so going back there was pretty cool. It was a little bit of memories, but then just being there too is really awesome. Then that night I ended up sleeping in my car at a Walmart. That's something that I'm going to be doing on occasion during this trip for sure, trying to keep it cheap. I did that in Kalamazoo, and then the next morning, midday, I met a friend who I met in Peru in Iquitos in the city. And I met her. She's from Michigan. She's back, and that was cool. I just saw her quickly for about an hour, and then I continued on, and I stayed at I believe it's called Pinckney State Natural Area, just outside of Ann Arbor in Detroit. I went camping there. That was nice. Really wasn't there for too long, other than just the evening, and then left right away in the morning. But it was a nice park, nice area driving through too. Then the next day, let's see, would have been Thursday. That was the day I went to Detroit. I didn't get to Detroit till about 4 p.m., so it was right during rush hour, and then I just drove around the city for a while. I just wanted to see it and experience it. I'd never been there before. I kind of knew it was kind of run down, a lot of abandoned buildings and whatever, but I kind of wanted to see it, so I just drove around for a few hours, really. And it's a big city, and yeah, a ton of abandoned buildings and houses and just empty lots where buildings and houses used to be, and it's huge, it's massive, it just keeps going. It doesn't really matter, didn't seem too much where you are in the city, you're gonna see that stuff. It's kind of all over, and it's huge. One of the coolest things that happened, though, I was just driving around randomly and I stumbled across this place on the side of the road. It had tons of this awesome artwork, and it was really interesting. So I went over and took a look at it, and I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like big structure art, I guess. Pretty big. It used a lot of glass and mirrors and stones and rocks and other things. And I guess what it ended up being was this place. It was an African bead museum, and I went inside and talked to the guy for a while, and that was pretty cool. But the art outside was really awesome. I'll try to put some pictures in this video. It was really cool. Then at night, I just went downtown and parked and just walked around for a couple hours, maybe a little more, even a few hours. Just walked around downtown. It was nice. They've got a river walk right at the edge of downtown, so I was on that for a little while, and then I walked in the downtown in the big buildings, and then it was after midnight, probably almost 1 o'clock. I was by the stadiums for the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Lions. They're right next to each other. Comerica Park, Comerica Park and Ford Field. And I checked those out. It was nighttime, but it was kind of cool to look at. And then I heard this loud, like, dance party music going on somewhere, and it was really loud. And it was even making lights reflect off of buildings, and I was like, what's that coming from? And I ended up finding it was the music hall. It's like a 7-story building, giant music hall, and on the top floor they have like a rooftop bar or club, dance club, and I was like, what the heck? And I asked how much it was, and it was $10, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I went up there, and it was pretty awesome. There was a great view of the city, the skyline. Even it was much closer to downtown than where I am here, so you're even more in the buildings. But it was a great view, and I just danced really hard for like an hour, a little more. That was awesome. Is where the story got real interesting. I wasn't able to find a hostel in Detroit. There was only one hostel in Detroit, and it was fully booked for like a week in advance. So I wasn't going to be able to stay there. I've had trouble setting up an Airbnb account and couch surfing accounts. Trying to work on getting that ready. I wasn't totally set up with those yet when I left. But I wasn't able to use those sites either, and so it was basically sleep in my car or get a hotel, and I wasn't going to get a hotel. I'm trying not to do that, at least very rarely. But basically I decided I would just cross into Canada right then and there. It was like 2 to 3 a.m., probably closer to 3 a.m. I tried crossing into Canada. And I was supposed to go see and stay with some friends in Toronto that I met in Peru. And anyways, though, I tried crossing and they didn't let me across. I'm still shocked. I can't believe it. I don't really get it, but I guess what it is they're labeling me as a free spirit without enough ties in the U.S. to make me come back. They're afraid that I'm going to stay and try to live in Canada, which is not my intention at all. I made it very clear. I fought their decision for a while, but it wasn't going anywhere. It didn't work. They got all the power, and I felt pretty bad. I mean, they were real harsh, and it really surprised me, caught me off guard. They basically interrogated me with 6 or 7 guys, asking me just all these questions, and searched my entire car. Even went through my computers and my phone. It was intense, and they were the whole time just treating me like I was some sort of criminal or just like a weirdo, trying to make me feel weird. And we have a perfect, clean record. I had my passport. I really thought I had no problems getting in there. I didn't know this was something to worry about, and so I was completely honest. I had nothing to hide in my mind, and I didn't know that this was a problem. But basically, they told me, people with your story or your situation are not people we want. And I was shocked, but I guess that's what it is. It's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to being in Toronto. I was going to be there for 2 weeks, staying with some friends, and I feel bad for them because they were planning on me being there, and they were making plans and getting ready. They were excited for me to be there, but it didn't work. And I guess I'm just thinking of it as that it wasn't meant to be, and everything happens for a reason. It's kind of hard to see at this point why this would be, but so it's a bummer. But at the same time, I'm not letting it keep me down. I'm in a good mood. I'm still excited. There's plenty to see and do in the U.S. And I was planning on just being in Canada for 2 weeks, but this road trip is going to be huge, and in the U.S. for the most part. So I've had like a sudden drastic change in plans, and ended up putting me here in Cleveland. That's where I came to last night. And I stayed here last night, and I'm staying here again tonight. And then I have a friend in Columbus, Ohio, who I lived in the dorms with years ago. He's a good friend, and he's in Columbus, Ohio, and so I'm going to be going there tomorrow on Sunday. And it looks like I'm going to be staying there for about 4 or 5 days or so. And I'm really excited for that. That's going to be a great time, so excited for that. And while I'm there, I'll start planning and thinking and deciding on what I'm going to do next exactly. My plan after Toronto and Canada was to go to the Northeast states, and one of my friends from Toronto is actually going to come with me for that. And so I'm still getting up there for sure, and I'm going to try working it out to go with him as well. But he's going to have to obviously meet me somewhere, maybe just across the border, but somewhere in the U.S. And so it's something to work on and figure out. But kind of a bummer, but just going with the flow. I knew this traveling was going to bring some unpredictability with it, and there'd be sudden changes I wasn't expecting, good and bad. And that's what I'm experiencing now. So I'm excited to continue and go with the flow and just going. Yeah, that's about all I wanted to say. I'm here in Cleveland. Tonight I'm going to go downtown. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I went to a market today in Cleveland, just down the block, like a block away. A giant market. I got tons of produce. and some other stuff that I can cook up in the kitchen here. I'm excited to cook tonight. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'll see you guys later. Peace.